the combos right here. And, you know, there's so many ways to execute this one. If you just flash on top of Kindred, you can actually silence her and makes her have to use a flash by herself. You know, she can't dash away then, so it's a very easy target. And I just feel like SEM9, they drafted a composition that, for me, was probably more focused in sort of a kiting style. You keep your distance, and then you slowly whittle the enemy down. They're not going to get the chance to do that because there is a Blitzcrank that says go.
Oh, it's going to be fun to close this out here in the first round robin. Week 3 will be winding down after this, but we got one more game to go, and we've had just about everything. But how about a Blitzcrank on Summoner's Rift? CTBC flying Oyster looking to fly high at the end of this week. And SEM9, well, they would love to string 2 wings together. See if they can do it. Speaking of, by the way, Caspiel has gone for the Nautilus again, which means Ashin is the one on the Seraphine.
Yeah, we have seen both of them swap up quite a bit, and I was very impressed with Caspiel's Nautilus the last time he played it. Super good accuracy. You know that he's a good engaged jungler. And here comes CFO with the cheeky level 1s as a Blitzcrank. You love to get those in.
Yeah, and you don't even have to hide it, right? You know you can just yoink somebody away. It's a free first blood or at least a flash. But SEM9, they respect it. They play back. There's a team, everybody's keeping it close. You know, like, it feels really good to get the win like they did yesterday, but then Doish team catches right up to them, you know, with the win of their own earlier today. Sorry for the spoilers, but if you didn't know, now you do.
We are hoping
feels like
for...
it was so long ago, Clement.
It certainly does. Doish team taking down BCG in the first game of the day. Completely unexpected. And, you know, SEM9... Actually, there is a bit of a race here, you know. MFT, Doish team all look good. We think that SEM9 actually looked the best out of the 3 teams. But after today, the tables might have shifted a bit.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we still got this game to play, you know. Maybe it'll be only J-Team coming out ahead in their own universe. But we have plenty more League before that happens. Underway here in the bottom side. Shun and Koala, strong duo as well. And normally, you know, you think of the Aphelios is you know, maybe going to play a little bit back, and that's happening right now, of course, but I feel like the Blitzcrank and the fact that it's Shun does change the calculus a little bit here. There's always kill threat between those two things.
It's incredibly easy to gank this lane coming in from SEM9. I'd be very surprised if they manage to stay alive through the entirety of laning phase. Just way too many chances for Koala to use that flash on top of Ashin, and you do have to remember that Ashin does not have a secondary combat summoner. He's going with the teleport here. So, it would be very profitable for Gemini to just pay this young Songstress a visit.
But while we are pretty fixated on the bottom, I do want to talk a little bit about that top lane, because you were very excited to see the Wukong as not only a jungle takeaway, but in this particular matchup, feels a lot better into the Gnar. Talk me through this one, because it's already starting to pay off.
Yeah, you just kind of permatrade against the Gnar. Early on, there's not much Gnar can do. It gives you a lot of chances to snag away that early scuttle in the top side. And No Name at this HP bar, he's going to have to use his flash so well.
Ugh, and they even burn it immediately. He knows, doesn't even have much of a chance. His rest hits him with the Scream Face, and Ashin teleports in too late to try and save the play. That is insult to injury.
That was a pretty poor teleport, in my opinion. I don't think that he would have made a difference either way. And now he doesn't have that TP to come back to lane. We said again that I expect SEM9 to kind of lose a kill in bot lane. It's very difficult to prevent that from happening, just given your bot lane duo. And you're kind of relying on that TP to actually get back, to not miss too much HP. So this is going to force Arashi to actually cover the bot lane even more.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. It forces down something that maybe Arashi wouldn't want to do necessarily. This Kindred, I do want to keep track of, right? Because Kindred is a champion that can make a pretty big difference in some of these fights. Lancer's fight's very, very impactful. But as you mentioned, Koala can just, you know, yoink them right on out. So it's not something they'll be as worried about. And CS discrepancy isn't maybe as big as it could have been given everything that just happened. But we'll see. Shun goes back. I believe he just straight up buys a Cole. So he's going all in on that late game. Himself the extra gold for his trouble.
And we have to pay close attention to the pathing here. If you look at the bot lane wave, SEM9 half push it forward. CFO can just squeeze it here. Looks like they're going to actually hard push it out. And yep, SEM9 definitely very much aware that the possibility of getting ganked is quite high. Noshing without the teleport is going to lose a lot if that gank does succeed. So they are doing their due diligence here. They got both wards down. And they also have the Kindred mark on top of the Gromp here. So, you know, there's actually a lot of incentive for them to actually just check this one out. Okay, so they're finally going to spot the Gemini. Good catch there.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, very, very important to do. And this is something that SEM9 have gotten a lot better at, right? It's just making sure that they're actually getting the vision coverage up, communicating that through the pings that we can see on our global map view. And this is why we've been talking SEM9 up, you know, despite the fact that they only got their first win as an organization yesterday against Jewish team. This is a squad that's been able to find improvements, that's been looking better, that have been trying a lot of things with all of these different roster changes. So there is hope for them, but man, it's not going to be easy against the side of CFO. I'm not getting the clear off. They'll be able to start dragging off the back of this one and hold us out of the pit.
CFO
but
have
they've been denied the gank play down bot.
Pretty much, it's pretty safe takeaway for CFO. They know where Kindred is. They spotted her with the ward. And you can see Rest at the same time. This is something that Rest loves to do. He has a big minion wave and he goes straight in.
Ooh. Yes, he does. Oh, boy. Goodbye, No Name. Absolute demolishing. That entire minion wave is going to get eaten by the tower. Rest is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And Caspiel's in, Caspiel's out.
What a
you
nice
got a hook?
buff.
I got a hook.
Great use of the depth
solid.
charge right there. Beautiful play coming in from Caspiel. Meanwhile, in the top lane, this is something I want to commend Rest doing so often. He has a big wave, and he knows that, oh, Caspiel can get away from this one.
Caspiel this time. Yeah, the cooldown a little too low. They got the Ignite on. He is going to flash away. Stays alive. They don't get the kill down bot, but man, it's just threatening it so much. Let's take a look at the play down, up top again, because No Name, it's like he never even stood a chance here.
Oh yeah, massive amounts of damage there. The flash to follow just after the Gnar chases. It was a really well-timed use of the all-in too, because No Name did not have enough rage to actually go into the Mega Gnar. Doesn't get the extra HP and resistance is there, so clean kill for Rest. He's already 2-0 up, going for the Divine Sunderer. Shedudu finds a good engage here.
Yeah, it's nice. Steals a rocket away and launches one right back at mission. Force that Corki back to base. And Shun, 1v2 down bottom side. Going to respect the distance for the time being as there's a roam from Koala here. Let's see what he gets done. Just going to pop that Scryer's Bloom. Not going to find anything off the back of it. And it does seem like giving No Name a hard time is going to be the name of this game for CFO.
Yeah, he's getting zoned out. He knows that Koala is just around the corner here, so he definitely can't walk up, and everyone is going to start to converge onto the Herald. This is a huge play that has to go well for SEM9. I'm checking the ultimates right here. Koala's still not with the ultimate, but as a Blitzcrank here, it really doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah, I don't think you need that one. You're looking for the hook. You're looking for the takeaway. Gemini on level 6 does have his. And Caspiel's zoning. Finds the hook, but not onto the target. And neither does Koala. This is going to get reset, though. The pressure is getting a little too hot here. The Rift Herald's about to reset. And there it goes. CFO, they just deny it. Wasted SEM9's time.
Yeah, I think SEM9 had to back out just because of the top lane difference right there. You look at No Name. He has no rage bar. Can't go into Mega while you have Rest with a 2-0 scoreline. So they just concede that one. They tried to sneak it. It was definitely a good try to catch someone off at the ramp, but the abilities didn't land.
Oh, wow. Koala, he actually gets hooked and immediately turned into the charm. Woo! Jidodo, Ashin, Caspiel. What a combo. They delete Koala off the map. SEM9 have earned that Herald now.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one from Koala. He almost didn't expect that he could himself become the victim, and just gives over a freebie. This is, however, still a pretty hard team fight.
It's not over yet. Rest as a 2-man right now. Let's see, they turn on the Caspiel, and he actually gets completely sandwiched as Shun takes him down, and SEM9, I felt like they might have had a slam dunk in this, but they completely give it up, and Koala's right back in here. It was all a bait. He's still level 5, by the way.
Look at Shadoodoo.
Shadoodoo has his ultimate before he does, but he can't even use it as they yoink him in. CFO, they just come in here and steal SEM9's lunch money.
SEM9 just started that a little bit too early. They really needed the Gnar to actually be in place there before they could start that one. And a really cool play that Koala did there was he actually has a spell book, use the TP to come back into the fight, still make it a 5v5, and finish off strong.
I like how Shadoodoo stole away the Blitz ultimate, and then Koala's like, no, grabs him and kills him before he can use it. Let's take a look at this fight again. Rest does such a great job of picking up Ashin and Arashi.
They have to back out early here, and the most critical thing is Caspiel just has nowhere to go. So you're giving over the depth charge towards Gemini. Shadoodoo knows that the Blitzcrank is around the corner, but still gets caught regardless. And instantly bursts down.
Yeah, not much you could do there. That was a big mistake. And whew, okay, yeah, they had to flash. I was wondering about that, and they had to flash into the Moonlight Vigil for Shun. So the CFO Pain Train is in full effect here at 11 minutes into the game. I think SEM9 should have been able to get themselves that Herald, but man, it got hot fast.
Yeah, they only picked out Koala, and he was actually able to teleport back in. It almost felt like a bait, to be honest, from Koala. He just walks forward and says, well,
give up a death for false hope.
Yeah. And in that sense, it actually did kind of work out, so maybe all calculated.
It could be calculated.
I wouldn't be all that
How is
surprised.
Koala still level 5? He still doesn't have ult.
Oh, yeah.
Koala's the like I don't know if he's playing League of Legends, but he's certainly playing 5D chess.
Rashi found out here.
Dragon Pit taken low. Boy, yeah, but there's going to be some numbers advantages. They actually have the stolen Blitz ultimate. Arashi does take the dragon. The fight's going to be on, and they actually managed to sandwich them all. Koala, he's going to get dropped, and following forward, Shadoodoo, onto mission. Shun is there, does get the kill. They're going to turn back. Shun gets that one. And Arashi on the chase. Caspiel and Ashin going to get him back under tower. They flash into the hook, and the kill. Arashi with 2 now. SEM9 find a much-needed skirmish going in their
Beautiful
favor.
stuff there coming in from Ashin. His ultimate covered the entire ramp, catches out mission just as Shadoodoo goes in, and they're able to clean up both of the carries. I think CFO were playing with their foot a little bit. If you look at the map, look how far Shun actually is from this play. The positioning from Mission was also just terrible here. Gets caught out and killed almost immediately. So it just seems like Koala... I really don't know what Koala was trying to accomplish there. He walks straight up in front of Caspiel and hooks the support. And Caspiel is like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll trade hooks here and see what happens.
I guess, yeah. He's trying to 1v1. So the Goldie gets cut down a little bit now, and SEM9, they get some much-needed golden fusion. Arashi getting 2, that buys him his Kraken Slayer. Not to mention Shadoodoo getting another one as well.
We also have Gemini with a very unorthodox build. We've got Triforce Viego.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it makes some sense. He's probably trying just to duel Arashi. Oh, great find.
That's the grab on a Caspiel. All right, who will have the greatest hooks? But the Lamb's Respite keeps Caspiel alive. And they cover for him. A nice job of protecting the support. The bot laner, doesn't really matter what his role is. He's definitely playing League of Legends. The CFO will at least be able to grab this tower. This is first brick.
Really strong start right there. Good find. Also forces out the ultimate. However, I will say for SEM9 that Arashi actually is getting pretty big. 14 minutes into the game, already has that Kraken Slayer done. And we could see him just go for the bot lane. I feel like the top lane's a lost cause at this point. I think it's going to be impossible to kill the rest, especially when...
No Name's going to be an ult bot. Right?
Yeah.
Like he's just gotta like try to land the big Gnars, but the problem is he's being beat up so hard. Rest is really just having his way at this point. Arashi, yeah, smite down. Does not get the red against Gemini. Ooh, Gemini's picking up a bit of their SPM.
I love the scream. Definitely a rest special right there. And I think SEM9 are the ones that still need to, you know, speed up the tempo right here. They're going up against the Corki and Ophelio, so I expect SEM9 to play very risky and very much for lane games. Interruption?
Get the yoink off once again on the Caspiel, but yeah, can't really do a whole lot with it. Nice denial of some of the damage. Also, you don't want to line up. Ashin always threatening with that encore. SEM9 have some tempo. Resto will be able to get a tower up top. Even tanks a few shots just for fun.
And I think SEM9 are doing what they need to. They're just throwing all their resources into the bot lane. Koala has been the one, I would say, playing definitely the most free. So trying to focus him is probably a good idea. Get some of the bounties down here. And just try to snowball off of lane kills. So you see the way Arashi is pathing. He's coming straight from base into lane. It's very difficult to attack when you're taking that path forward. But in the meantime, CFO also avoid that play quite nicely. The lack of damage here on SEM9 is very concerning here. You see the Mythics now only coming out of 15 minutes. For Ashin, they're going to have to rely on Silas and Kindred actually singling out a target here.
Yeah, if they can line it up, they can find the fight. But CFO, they know that they're going to be playing well together. They actually have a 4-man squad. Looked like they were starting off on the Herald. They won't fully commit to it. And in fact, oh, they've got a catch. Koala manages to grab Shidodo, who just absolutely escapes by the skin of his teeth. Has to burn the flash and all of his tools to do it. That should be Herald. Ooh, Corki Rocket's starting to hurt too for Mission.
No name.
Oh, he's got an Nardbar though.
The rest of the team is just.
I don't know how real this threat is, though. Yeah, no, they don't fall for it. This is gonna be another Herald.
So I think SEM9 are just waiting on the wombo combo potential. This is gonna be one of those games where I feel like if SEM9 don't find another fight before the 20-minute mark, CFR are just gonna run away with it. Their item spikes are already online. The rest is absolutely massive right here. So. SEM9, they have to do the risky play. They have to do the risky group up.
Dragon getting leashed by SEM9. Should reset here. CFO aren't going to commit to it just yet. Rest has now brought himself down to the bottom side. Everybody from CFO are here. Dragon gets seated away. CFO can grab that one without too much trouble. Continue to extend the stack. And man, what a gold lead too. I mean, it's been about 5,000 for a few minutes here. And CFO just have everything on the map. You're right. SEM9 need that wombo combo fight.
And they're going to try and see if they can catch out Rest, but they might go into 3v2.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they do. Gemini's here around the side. They do find Caspiel teleport coming up, and who's baiting who right now? Maybe they got an opportunity. Rest running for the hills as he burned all his ultimate, and Shelly just kind of forgotten for the time being. Mission in the back trying to heck the damage down, but Gemini keeping them all busy as the Lamb's Respite will finish. He actually trades 1 for 1 still, and CFO are just so strong in this one. Arashi goes down. Gemini does as well, but man, SEM9 invested a lot into that.
Yeah, that was a super forced 3v2 situation. CFO with the package thinking that they could make the trip first, deal a lot of damage, but SEM9 actually responded quite well to that one. Of course, I think it was a little bit... I don't think CFO would be trying that play against the other teams here, but they wanted to test out their limit. So we'll watch this again. At the start, it's Rest and Gemini going in 3v2. They don't find a good target first down. Mission comes in, instantly gets hooked up, and has to burn the package without dealing that much damage. So overall, I feel like SEM9 actually outplayed CFO in this fight for the 1-for-1 trade. If you're down 5,000 gold and you get a 1-for-1, that's perfectly okay.
Oh, yeah. That's certainly something. I think they would have liked to take Gemini a little faster, maybe without burning the Lamb's Respite, but they did get it. And, yeah, Mission had to kind of negate his advantage. So I think you're right about limit testing. CFO are having a little bit of fun with this game, and that does mean they can be punished.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the items here, we also have the Death Stance almost online for Rest. Oh, goodbye, Caspiel.
Uh-oh.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Caspiel. I feel like Koala's just doing this on purpose. He's like, no, you are, only I will get to throw hooks this game. Maybe Gemini steals Viego. There we go.
Let's see if he finds anything here. The Baron is just about to come up, and CFO... I feel like CFO are getting a chance for an early Baron. Feels like that type of game.
Oh, okay, missed on that one. Good dodge away from Arashi. Yeah, here's the reset. Rest has not got teleport up just yet. Should do soon. I mean, this is a nice thing about this this Wukong. Divine Sunder, he can just get in the side push the lane. Got to be careful not to get collapsed on. You know, SEM9 we're thinking about getting the teleport, but CFO read the map state. Keep it nice and safe. 20 minutes elapsed. Baron's live. They're going to reset. Set up vision. Maybe just go for it. I mean, CFO, they have been pretty happy to just do stuff to make it happen.
Yeah, I think they should just go for it because with the amount of vision advantage they have and also the poke, they can either just take single members out or have Koala just pull someone in. It's very easy to set up a kill this way. I think CFO are going to move into a 4-1, and the rest does have that TP, so we are looking for back flank wards here. You could also just use the minion wave. Okay, so we have a ward drop down there. At least SEM9 will know about that ward, so they can play away from that ramp. But once this zone is established, it's going to be so hard for SEM9 to actually make their way back in.
And Ajin, he has to be the one on the side lane, right? Because he's got the teleport. I mean, yeah, Shidodo could go as well, but Rest just drawing a lot of pressure, and you know, side lane Wukong just becoming a threat. Always has the chance to make a play to try to get the 1v1. He just set No Names so far behind him. And so now CFO keeping the vision in the dark, kind of telegraph what they're doing, but they turn for it, and Koala always has the chance to get the pick off. I think SEM9 have to weigh their chances. There we go. That's the opportunity to come in, and I think they're going to move away. The four-man unit, they find the encore. That's a lot of damage. Gemini, they have the opportunity. Ashin is able to take the kill. They find a lot of poke for themselves. The second wind effort is just getting a little too strong.
Rest gets all 5.
With a massive 5-member knockup. Shun takes out Caspiel. Rest is keeping them locked up, and under the Gatling gun, oh my word, SEM9 had a play, but it's CFO that will have the last laugh. So much damage being dished out.
Maybe
even with the shutdown gold. Shidodo getting locked up, and whoo boy, that was closer than I think we could have expected. It ends up being a 3-for-3 trade.
That was the funniest start to the fight I could have ever imagined. I think CFO were actually knocked up by the Baron. They were so focused on coming outside of the pit there that the Baron knockup actually happened, and SEM9 just pulled the go button. It was a perfect moment where they were able to get a 3-man stun. So let's watch it again. Yeah, it's the Baron that actually gets the knockup to start the fight right there. A 4-man encore by Ashin into No Name, just slamming them across the wall. So Gemini dies right off the bat. And this is absolutely hilariously tragic until Rest finally comes in and says, okay, you jokers, this is it. I'm gonna come in and finish this myself.
Yeah, holy moly, he like straight up Thanos them at that point. So that was big. SEM9, they still get a kill. Baron MVP for the SEM9 roster, it seems, and now they're still trying desperately to make something happen, but they just kind of leash over the Mountain Dragon. There is still an encore. I think they need to use it ASAP, and that's going to be Rest yet again with the engage on the Wukong. This time it's just a parting shot as CFO get in, get Mountain Soul Point, and back out.
And I like the discipline here. Of course, CFO are pretty far ahead, but they don't need to risk it. They can just step aside, use the poke more, and draw out abilities. Now SEM9s are the one forcing the team fight by going here.
Oh, but there's the yoink onto Ashin. They have the pick. That's going to be, though, the turn from SEM9. And Shidodo steals away a Wukong ultimate. Gemini taking Ashin out of this fight. Doesn't matter. They can turn back again. The flash forward. Gemini's popping off now. And the Viego is coming up huge. SEM9 are going down. The collapse is real. And this ought to be Baron for real.
Yeah, a bit of a lapse here from SEM9. I'm not really sure forcing themselves into that position into a team fight was the right call. Frankly, CFO didn't use many abilities. They were just backing off to get poke on SEM9. And SEM9, I feel like they overplayed their hand walking into that top side there. CFO able to get a great start off of the fight. Ashin dies immediately, and they've also just burned out their Lamb's Respite earlier into the fight. So a very clean pickup, perfect ace coming in from the CTBC squad.
Yep, Flying Oyster flying high right now as they get themselves Baron on 5 members. Let's take a look at that fight again. Just SEM9 looked like they wanted to try something, and then at first the Seraphine does get away, but they just can't finish anyone off, and Rest, the clone, absorbs so much of their pressure.
Yeah, that was not the best
Then Gemini
encore
pops
from
off.
Ashin. I mean, actually hits absolutely nothing there. I feel like SEM9 just misread the situation. They looked for a big engage onto the top side, maybe thinking that they could use the ramp to their advantage, but unfortunately, Koala just says no and yoinks Ashin across the wall.
Yeah, that's the thing about a Blitzcrank. You don't really have to fuss too much about whether or not you hit every hook, or even if you feed a couple of kills, you still have an incredibly threatening set of abilities. And yep, Hex Flash into the hook, just sniffing for it. Might as well at this point. You're so far ahead in the game. CFO, 10,000 gold lead and growing. Caspiel up against the wall. Baron pushes on. Rest is threatening once again. Always has the knockout. Has been landing multi-mans left, right, and center. Solo kills Arashi in the mix of it all. They just can't touch this man. And Gemini's getting in the mix as well. Wants to stack up the kills.
And Arashi knows that he's dead. Either way, the top's will land for Spider or not. Ooh, flashing from Koala.
Woo, CFO are styling this game. It wasn't without mistakes, Clement, but they are feeling themselves. That's going to be a big ultimate out of Ashin, but even with the Encore, it's only going to be enough to kill absolutely nobody on the CFO side. Healthy as much as they can be, and they're just going to start pushing in for the end. And not yet. Here's the back away. Rest doesn't have TP. They're going to turn. Koala gets caught. He somehow limps away. The second wind effort's going through here, and the Wolf's Frenzy doesn't matter. Ashin gonna be caught as he tries to get back in. Lamster Spider's on. Caspiel taken low, but the heal, it goes both ways. They get two. Shun able to pick them up, and now they will surely end this one with the triple kill for the star bot laner. A CTBC flying Oyster will close this out in week number 3. And they just want to pad a couple stats. I mean, this is all about fun. CFO, they know how to have a good time. They grab the Seraphine. You got.
That's going to be the end to our SEM9 dreams. So we thought that there was a potential for them to go 11 wins after starting with 7 losses, make the 7-11 dream come true. Not the case right here. I think a lot of the snowball actually happened from the top side. We saw just a straight up solo kill in essentially a 1v2 situation, and then Ashin burns a very weird flash towards the top lane. Both sides get away with a massive advantage. And yeah, Koala actually just successfully baits people with the TP play. He gives up his own life, puts SEM9 into terrible position on Herald and CFO.